Cool. So that's the first thing. Now, second, progression की बात करें, and you will talk about that as well. कि आप unqualified, you went to UAE and then qualified as well. But what do you see the progression in UAE looks like? 4 साल में मैं अपनी अगर progression की बात करूं तो, and of course I have seen a lot of individuals जो UK आए थे at assistant manager या senior level पे 4 years 5 years back, वो अभी manager senior managers की positions पे बैठे हुए हैं on typical basis in the 4 top 10 firms. Or their salaries I would say have increased from like 4 साल पहले से अब तक probably 30-40% increase हुआ होगा over the years on cumulative basis. तो what does it look like in UAE? Promotions कितनी frequent होती हैं? And what's your experience, your own experience और बाकी जो लोगों को देखा होगा, what's your opinion?
Yeah. Okay, so in my own experience, like I started like when I had still papers to give. So I was unqualified at that time, and I struggled a bit because of maintaining a work-life balance here. UAE mein it's massive, and plus leaves, study leaves, then you have to study or papers. Then it was not that easy, especially like traveling back to Pakistan, taking leaves, and then so I struggled in because of that. But your progression is also like mainly dependent on your qualification. You cannot become an assistant manager without qualifying all your exams. But what I have seen, people who were qualified came here, even if they were AM1 in Pakistan, they were hired as supervisory senior here. Like if you are going to UK or Europe side, so if you are qualified, regardless of your last designation, like being senior, they will hire you at assistant manager, or at least assistant manager equivalent. Like even if PwC, EY, they will take you as senior, but it will be like equivalent to AM. But here, not, it's not the case. Even if being like, if you have more papers to qualify, or like they are taking unqualified, like with one paper left, and qualified on same supervisory senior level. And then they have now the requirement that at least you will have to stay 2 years at the same designation to be eligible to get promoted to AM. Like they will not consider you before 2 years, and after 2 years, still it depends a lot upon like competition here, demand, and if you are like, if you are eligible or not. Like it could take 3 years at least, like or 2 years at least in being a qualified to promote it to AM. Then after AM, at least 2 years you will have to stay, but it can take 3 years, then you will become manager. Like someone I know who was manager in Pakistan, then he joined here in I think AM or like maybe supervisory senior. But when he left UAE, like after 4 years, he was still manager. Like he was in Pakistan manager, and then after 4 years he was still manager here. Then he moved to some other UK side. So progression wise, but increment wise, like step wise, I think it will be equivalent to 30-40% you can get increase after. So it will not be like आपके grade change होने से increment कम होगा, grade change होने से like supervisor से AM बनने में ज़्यादा change होगा, senior से supervisor बनने में it's not like a very big difference, but still before pay is good. Like they have their own ranking. Like we go with the PwC in UAE, pays better, like above all. Then comes, I believe, KPMG, then EY, then Deloitte, then EY, something like this.
EY की सबसे कम होती है, I know. In UAE.
काम भी सब ज़्यादा वही करवाते हैं.
Yeah. I had an offer from EY बहुत पहले, जब मैं जॉब सर्च कर रहा था, एंड मुझे पता था काम ज़्यादा है और पैसा कम है, so I never went there. All right, नहीं, I understand. I think progression wise, and I know this is a lot of professions के UAE से होके आप, मैंने बहुत सारे लोग देखे हैं जो UAE से होके आते हैं and then they start again at some similar kind of levels. वहाँ पे अगर आपने even assistant manager काफी साल किया, and in UK आपको manager नहीं मिलेगा at same time, you will be becoming assistant manager and starting again. तो वो टाइम जो अब सवाल आई थिंक व्यूअर्स जो हैं, शायद कोई सोचेगा कि लोग कोई बंदा क्यों जा रहा है यूएई में, तो उसके दो रीजन है. नंबर वन, आपको यूके में जॉब अगर नहीं मिली एंड यू आर नॉट एलिजिबल, देन यू थॉट कि यार यूएई का एक अवेन्यू है मेरे पास, मुझे वहाँ पे जॉब मिल रही है, लेट्स गेट दैट, एंड उसके आगे हम जर्नी कंटिन्यू करेंगे. और दूसरा रीजन ये होता है कि यू वांट अ लॉट ऑफ मनी, आपके उस टाइम पे करियर एम्बिशन ये है कि मुझे अभी पैसा कमाना है एंड देन आई विल ग्रो. सो दैट्स द टू मेजर रीजंस लोग काफी यूएई जाते हैं एंड देन आगे वो अपना मूव बनाते हैं.
Exactly. And plus, like if some people has this aim to get passport or citizenship, it takes like 5 to 6 years, which is a very long time. So people want to save first, like for investment purposes even. Like आप investment के लिए पैसा पहले save करो, यहाँ पे कमाओ and have a decent lifestyle, rather than you will be like living or budgeting every month Like I've heard from people that you have to do budgeting, otherwise you cannot survive in UK or like save much amount. Here you can have a good life, decent lifestyle, good lifestyle, and save as well a good amount of money. And then once you accumulate amount for saving or investments, I've heard like for example यहाँ पे एक manager थे तो उन्होंने like he started from like I think supervisor and he went until manager, but he saved his अच्छी खासी amount to pay the deposit of the mortgage that you will get for that you will have to pay for home in UK. So once he was able to save that much amount, then he resigned and then he started his journey with UK because he said like I don't want to suffer and like for and wait until 6 years, and after 6 years the property prices will also go up, so you will have to give more deposit and save amount. So his preference was to stay here and he achieved that goal. Once you reach your savings level, then you can move to UK.
Yeah, I think हम simple जबान में कह सकते हैं करोड़ रुपए कमा लिए and then move to UK to pay the deposit because you literally need at least for a 4,000 pound house you at least need like 10% minimum, which is like 40 50,000 pounds.
10% is I think after getting ILR or 20% is
No, no, you can get 10% with some
really
banks. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's with the
before
bar.
ILR.
Yes, with the Barclays, with some other banks as well, you can get a mortgage. But yeah, मतलब करोड़ों रुपए कमा के you can earn definitely in UAE. If you are if you have the aim of saving, you can earn that very
Exactly.
very
And
well.
it's close to your home country. So you want, if you don't want to stay away from your family, like in the start, I like being a girl and I've never been away from my family. And so I never wanted to stay far away from them, even if now I talk to my family or like my mom about it. So she gets a bit emotional, but I know I will have to go eventually there. Inshallah. So, but now she has understood, and they can come anytime if I'm busy and if I don't have leaves or I'm not getting time, so they can come. So it's easy compared to like traveling to UK and coming back from UK.
Yeah, definitely. All right, हम काम से थोड़ा सा divert करते हैं. Let's talk about this question के how frequently people go from UAE to home versus from UK to home.
Yes.
काफी इंटरेस्टिंग क्वेश्चन है बिकॉज नंबर वन कितना करीब है उससे जो फर्क पड़ता है एंड सेकंड द कॉस्ट ऑफ ट्रैवलिंग सो व्हाट डू यू थिंक व्हाट्स द एवरेज ट्रेंड स्पेशली
Uh,
प्रोफेशनल लाइक अस जो ऑडिटर्स हैं और अकाउंटेंट्स हैं.
एक्चुअली यहाँ पे लीव्स आपको इस्लामिक न्यू ईयर लीव, आपको ईद आ रही हो, आपको बकरा ईद आ रही हो, आपको एक हफ्ते की लीव्स कभी लाइक वीकेंड मिला के 5 days, दिस टाइम इट वाज 9 days, इट वाज अलॉट. सो हमने तो आप जा सकते हैं एंड इट 1.5 hour 2 hours मैक्सिमम आपको लगते हैं. लाइक आई कैन टेल अबाउट कराची, लाहौर भी आई थिंक 2-2.5 साथ तो नहीं होगा. तो ये फ्रीक्वेंटली हमारी लीव्स भी मिल जाती हैं और आप वीकेंड्स पे भी जा सकते हैं. अगर आप वीकेंड्स के साथ बाकी अगर कोई आपको हॉलीडे आ रहा है उसको मर्ज करके 5-6 days 1 week यू कैन गो, एंड इट डजंट कॉस्ट मच लाइक प्रीवियसली. लेकिन आफ्टर कोविड नाउ जब सब नॉर्मल ऑपरेटिंग पे आ चुका है, तो आई हैव सीन इंक्रीज इन द एयरलाइंस कॉस्ट. सो पीपल आर यूजुअली ट्रैवलिंग थ्रू शारजा एयरपोर्ट, वहां से जाना आपको सस्ता पड़ता है कंपेयर टू अबू धाबी,
एयर
और देन
अरेबिया.
टेकिंग फ्रॉम अबू धाबी, ओह सॉरी, दुबई.
एयर अरेबिया जाती है आई थिंक मोर चीपर देन
एग्जैक्टली
अदर्स
exactly.
है ना.
वो थोड़ी इकोनॉमिकल है बट स्टिल यू विल हैव टू पे फॉर द टैक्सी, वो भी ज्यादा है.
या या बट ऑन एवरेज व्हाट डू यू थिंक लाइक how many times you have been there like in last 5 4 साल के अंदर what except from the exam thing अगर एग्जाम ना होता.
एक्चुअली आई गो यूजुअली आफ्टर 3 to 4 months एंड माई फैमिली कम्स लाइक एवरी 3 months.
मतलब हम हिसाब लगा सकते हैं साल में 2 से 3 बार मिनिमम यू मीट विद द
एग्जैक्टली
फैमिली.
exactly. ईद, बकरा ईद और उसके अलावा आपका मेरी अपनी एनुअल लीव्स, तो मैं यही पे
या
यूटिलाइज कर लेती हूँ.
ये आई थिंक काफी डिफर करता है व्हेन यू आर लिटिल अवे. यूके में हो उसके बाद अगर आप यूएस में हो या कनाडा में तो और भी ज्यादा जाना कम हो जाता है स्पेशली इवन ऑस्ट्रेलिया एज वेल. तो जितना दूर जाते हो उतना फिर ट्रैवल करना काफी कम हो जाता है एंड
एग्जैक्टली.
लेस लेस फ्रिक्वेंट. टिपिकली यहाँ पे 1 या 2 बार. कुछ लोग 1 बार जाते हैं साल में, कुछ लोग 2 बार जाते हैं. आई डोंट सी पीपल गोइंग 3 टाइम्स रियली बिकॉज आप एक तो 24 24 घंटे का सफर करते हो. इट्स नॉट 24 आवर्स इन टोटल बट आप एयरपोर्ट जा रहे हो 2 ढाई घंटे हीथ्रो पहुंचने में, वहां पे घर जाने में कराची एयरपोर्ट से ये वो करके तो 18 घंटे तकरीबन लग जाते हैं एंड दैट्स अ लॉन्ग जर्नी. तो बट पीपल गो वंस वंस टिपिकली.